Hello. Mac, thank you for lizards. We got our sea captain horse, Captain Hoof. He has some transparency issues. I think he does. We're gonna check. Horse. Let's see here. So this is up in the main. Well, is that all it takes right there? Fixed. Perhaps. Maybe. We're gonna find out if that fixes it. Actors, horse, Dragon Quest. All right, so this little blip right here. See if it goes away. Oh, still there. Still there. Never guess multiple letters. That's what I'm always saying. I guess this could be it. There's like a little bit here, maybe. It's really hard to tell. We're gonna try here. Yeah. Re-import. There it is. Okay, cool. It might be. Yeah, there's like a tiny corner there. There we go. That's the window. That's the window shade. Posey, what did you drop? Hang on, Posey lost her toy or something. I don't know what she's done here. What did you do? What are you trying to get to? Nothing over here is yours. Nothing over here is yours. This is yours. This is not yours. None of these are yours. Wasn't even her toy. Hovercat's in the middle of a big spring cleaning clean out of our craft table. And Posey's, as a result, bumping into stuff. Wait a second. What's that? A bad dog? That triggers this alert. Here we go. It's a good bit. That's a good bit. Germdove loves it when I do that all the time. He's never muted it out of frustration. Ever. He loves it. It's always a good time to do it. All right, boat. Fast travel boat. Fast travel boat. Fast travel boat. Does it always get this animation player? I don't see why not. In which case, negative 6.2. Save branch as mechanisms, entities, mechanisms. Fast travel boat. Negative 6.2 on the transform. Oh, I see. We have a problem then. We have a problem then. Oh boy, do we ever have a problem. Okay, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. All right, just get rid of it. Okay, so this is where I want it to be. It's down here. That is unfortunately not where it's going to be. Okay, so that's vaguely where I want it. But then I also don't want it like that. I want it... The old legal team. Okay, so I need to right this boat ever so slightly. All right, that's here. This seems like a good place to actually have this boat set up. Crap, I left the engine behind. Okay, just get this vaguely here-ish, and now correct it here. We're taking on water. No, we're not. We're fine. We are fine. Okay, cool. All right, so now we've got a boat in isolation that we can add to and do fun stuff with. I feel like it needs a little life preserver. And for that, we would want a mesh of a Taurus, but like not a very good Taurus. What's Posey doing? Posey, you ought not nose like that. Is this about the proportions? I mean, it's obviously too big, but it seems about right. Let's make it even worse quality here. We really don't need a lot of fidelity for a small decoration like this. That seems reasonable right there. Material. I've got a stripe material that might work very nicely. That's a good question. Which game has more bugs? Okay, well, here's a problem immediately. You can respawn bugs forever. Dang.
You'll never be rid of me.
Say thank you for the 66 months. That's 6. Thank you, Day, for your continued support to whatever it is this is. Oh, you know what? I don't think I even need this. Oh, I do need this, don't I? Because it'll be black otherwise. You see the vision here. Boom. Easy. Quick and easy. Lemon squeezy. Just suspend that here. Just kind of set that in here somewhere. I don't know where we can fit that. You think so?
It's a bit loud.
I mean, we just don't have to run it.
But you're always up here.
It's fine. I don't mind it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, well, just run it.
There might just be like new electronics now, not actual.
No, I think that's the plastic.
That's the plastic.
I vaguely remember
It
that
kinda
from last
smells
time.
like a new, like, poster.
I guess we'll see as we continue. But people just have more live bugs, so it's kind of a dance through a cemetery. No, they're still alive. They're not dead. In fact, the Citadel has pretty strict rules about dying when you're not allowed to. Dying is not permitted. What else does a boat need? I feel like this texture is not great, so we can fix that. These are placeholder textures, you know? And that was by design, that they'd be placeholdery textures until such a time as we really got with it. UV. Triplanar. There we go. That's a little bit more to it there. I think it needs a little bit of a metallic glint and a little bit less roughness than usual. Make it a little bit sleek on the whole. Let's give it a little overlay. Let's give it a little bit of overlay. I've got a nice little rust overlay texture. I don't know how well that'll work. Oh, terribly. Okay, never mind. Forget I said that. I mean, we could try the triplanar one, but I don't expect that to be any better. Well, there's like it's like a faint rust, which is probably good. Except on the bottom, but you're not even gonna see that. So we just get like this little faint bit of rust here and there, which I think is nice. Oh, I love light blue bed. All right, what else we got? The interior. The interior. Okay, now that is going to be triplanar. Oh, I love how painterly that looks. It's so fun. Maybe a brownish. It's a little bit too purple. Something like that. Looks pretty good. Okay, and then the final texture here is this little purpley trim. Good old Posey. Good old Posey. What a great Posey. I want to say bluish for this trim. Yeah. Okay, a little bit lighter. A little bit lighter on the trim. Okay, that looks pretty good there. All right. What's the? Oh, that's the engine. Okay, so how many textures we got here? 4. So we got the trim, we got the underside, the top, and the window panes. Which I don't think there is an actual interior here. Yeah, this is like nothing modeled. So we don't want to do actual transparency, but we can do high reflectivity. Thank you for the Posey party. Here come the Posies, everybody. It's the first Posey of the season. You know what? How about for this one, we go with this texture here. Would that be any good? I like that all right. Now this gray looks a little bit lacking though. Makes me want to give it more of a, maybe more of this. Nope, never mind. needs to be different. But this could be this roof color. At least here. Not here, because, oh, you know what, actually, you know what, more I look at this, I don't like this rust overlay at all. At least not for these two instances. A little bit shiny, pretty good. Okay, and now the windows. That's gonna be its own new, it's not actually going to be transparent. We're gonna fake it. By doing low roughness and highly metallic. Ooh, that is just reflective, huh? Although there's an issue with reflective materials in this version of Godot, and I don't know if they fixed it in later versions or not. But there is a pretty bad problem with the angle of reflective materials when dealing with frustum cameras. Frustum cameras? Okay, how's that look in the scene? Not bad, not bad. I feel like the window needs to be dingier. And this doesn't make a lot of sense, but how's that rust overlay texture look on here? Ooh, dirty. But not on all of them. The UV is not set up properly. What about triplanar? What if we try planar? That's alright. It's got some scratches. Okay, yeah, that might work. Enjoy your screen break day. Okay, I don't want people actually coming in contact with this. So we're gonna add a CSG polygon called Solidity. It is going to use collision. Okay. So I can see the actual points here. Get these on the board. And now it does not have to be exact at all. But I'm gonna make it decent. That'll work. Solid all the way up, all the way down. And invisible. That's also important. Okay, so now there is solidity there. You can't actually touch it. You try to jump at the boat and it will not let you. Visible walls all over the place. Next. Fast travel. Let's do this on scene E of chapter 1. I had a terrible naming scheme for chapter 1. And the result is that it's really hard to actually get stuff to play nice. We're getting rid of this boat. Sorry, boat fans. This boat is gone. The fish is still here. For whatever reason. This realistic fish. It's made of wood. I don't think that'll work well. But you know what? I don't know a lot about coral reefs. Maybe they'd like the decomposing wood for a bit. Millions of fish. Fish stress test. Okay. Fast travel. Because it's got so many little sub-scenes, it's gonna be tricky. Fast travel will typically require a flag that you have to raise for a cost. Just to provide a money sink. I don't remember how much Germdove ended his playthrough with, but it was in the hundreds. It's like it was above 100. Now, admittedly, people will be spending some of that on other stuff. Modules, items. Should fast travel be free? Maybe fast travel should be free. Maybe fast travel can be free, I don't know. Okay, so we need a fast travel unlock. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make fast travel, like, every time you use it. That's a definite no charge. Maybe like 10 bits. Just don't forget, you're collecting money because you want it. You can unlock things with money. That's important. Because a lot of the side mini games, I'm thinking, will reward you in some way with money. You know? So fast travel unlock needs a gear spinner. We'll do the wooden variety. It's going to need a flagpole, which we will make collidable. Three meters tall, even. Cylinder is better. We'll go into the ground slightly, but we'll still make it 3 meters tall. Okay. Material, wood. Yay, wood. And then we need a flag to raise. There will be something going on, but it's not that. Okay. Flag. I could do this very similar to how I did the the Snail King flag, because that actually worked pretty decently. Surprisingly decently. With just Sprite 3Ds. Liari, welcome in. Is that on the Snail King? Where is the flag? Banner. Banner. Yeah, this bit right here. We'll modulate it and everything, but not yet. Turtle. Nothing. Don't worry about it. It's not important. Don't look. Look up there. Don't look up his skirt. Here we go. Flag. Here we go. This one. Oh wait, that's Sprite 2D. That's not gonna work. I can still copy the regions. There we go. I don't think you are. I think you're gonna be pleased as punch with the fate of this snail. All right, there we go. Sorting. I think I just want it to actually be behind it a bit. This. Yeah, that holds its 3D-ishness pretty well. Okay, so then we want to kind of maybe like this a bit. Oh, you know it. You better believe it. Welcome in, Slav. Hope you are doing well tonight. You know what? The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, no. It's not what that should be like. It really should be kind of just like vaguely like that, right? So maybe it should be rotated. I don't know. It just looks wrong to do it that way. Oh, that gets us into trouble with the Z index. So now it does feel like we do need to adjust the ordering a bit. Better. Okay, that should be great. Okay. We had an emblem of a horseshoe. Right? Right. We're just gonna throw that on the horse sprite sheet here. Doesn't even have to be good. In fact, it's better if it's not good. Great. Done. Invert it so we can color it in engine. Okay, apply a sprite 3D in the form of horse emblem. Beautiful. Okay, and then the ordering on that, we want that to actually be, make sure that shows up in front. Great. What color is this flag? Okay, that's noteworthy. That's interesting. There's no self-modulate, is there? Or is it hidden? No, there's no self-modulate property on Sprite 3Ds, but there is on Sprite 2Ds. Interesting. Okay, then we need to nest this separately so that it doesn't change the color there. A blue flag with a, oops, with a golden horseshoe on it. The Colt, oh, football. Well, I definitely can't do that. There we go, that looks pretty decent. We need to have like a separate setup for blowing in the wind versus not actually up yet. And so half logo. We're gonna have it so that it doesn't show the whole thing. It's kind of cut off a bit. Actually, I may do that with the other half as well when we're animating this. All right, animation player. Down. When the flag is down. We're gonna use the yes, careful. There we go. Use the position of this flag and the position, maybe the rotation of this. Position, rotation of this. Okay. Duplicate it, loop it, cubic across the board, play. All right, flag 2. I think this needs to be much slower. A very gentle breezing. It's going to be quite subtle. Whoop. That's not subtle enough. Okay, and then these actually need to be doing this after. Yeah, so you get a little bit of little motion there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, this needs to be stored in our fast travel folder. Okay, and then it's gonna switch to a an up animation, which is going to look different. Yay! Gas station TV. You know what? Yeah. I've noticed they have a headphone jack. And I've always wondered if you just like plug in a headphone jack, even if it's not connected to anything, will it turn the volume off? Because it'll start pumping it to the audio port. That'd be pretty nice. I think that'd be good. Okay, flag 2 position. We can now get a little bit more. A little bit more up and about here. Oops. And this one will be a much faster animation as well. And then flag 3. Great, and then kind of offset that. Okay, flag 3 is going way too far. Actually, you know what? I feel like it needs to be more like whipping more. Better. Yeah, you want to hear the deals. You want to hear the deals. Also, you know what? Yeah, this does need to wiggle a bit, doesn't it? Even if it's just a small bit of wiggle. This actually does need to wiggle a bit. If that's the concern, is you don't want to actually wiggle in right off of the flagpole. Also, it's going the wrong way. This should be 0.3. This should be 0.3. This should be 0.265. Okay, good. Logo. I kind of want to put this as like the other half. So it goes under this. Region. Like that. Oh, the Z fighting there. That's not quite right, is it? Do we have something going on with the ordering? We do. Uh-oh. Yeah, don't like that. Don't like that. Negative 0.2? Let's see, now we've got a new problem, huh? Well, maybe not. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that, because you're never going to see it from that much of an angle. I'm not convinced I want this. Or rather, I think what I want here is a repeat of this to make it a flat flag, but also scale it down more. And then this rotation is no good then. Negative 54, negative 50. We can change that to like negative 5. Negative 6. There we go, something like that. Okay, I think that's better. Yeah. Now it makes more sense for the logo to be a full logo that can be seen here. And then not have this. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so it'll start like that. And then it'll play that if it's all hunky-dory. And then that will go up when you unlock it. So do we want the gear spinner or not? Let's drop the gear spinner and just have a little payment receptacle. What does that look like? Looks like that, except smaller. Pretty small, I think. Can we get a player for scale? That's great. Okay. A little bit further in here. We're gonna add a... Do you have artwork turned off? Take a look. Community hub, artwork. No more content, so sad. Upload. What happens when you press upload on the artwork page? Like, to be clear, I am looking at this right here, right next to the search button. Ugh. Oh dear. Right next to the search button, I've got an upload your artwork button. That is the spot you're looking at? Steam community, upload your artwork button missing. Let's see here. The hub can opt out. Well, I didn't opt out. What is Posey barking at? What? Oh, she's having a dream. Here we go. This button will not... This is official documentation. Oh! I bet this is it. Posey. The button will not show up if you do not have the associated game in your library. You don't own a copy of Paper Robot. I bet that's it. Now, if I go to the demo page, does it even have a... It probably doesn't have a separate community group. No, it doesn't. So yeah, that's not... Yeah, because you own a copy of the demo, you don't own a copy of the game. So that's not even allowed yet. Posey, it's fine. It's okay, Pose. Is she smiling at you?
He's like, what's happening? He's like,
Hey. There we go, a little coin slot here. I feel like that should be up in front or maybe off to the side a little bit. I don't know. Okay, give this a nice corrugated metal triplanar texture. Or metal corrugated. That looks good. Great. I feel like something we could do is add a sign to it. That feels important. Nah. Well, maybe. How's that gonna work? Generic interact zone? I guess that would be the way to do it. What's another thing I have where you interact with a thing upon pressing A? I guess it doesn't really matter that much. So this is the actual unlock station. So now we need the scene that holds them all. Fast travel. That's going to include the boat, which needs to be somewhere nearby. Specifics don't matter. The unlock station, which will double as kind of the flag where you call, well, it's just going to signal that it's a fast travel station. The boat will be nearby, and the actor, horse captain, who will show up. He will always already be there. That's very important. He will always already be there if you have fast travel unlocked at that station. I guess when you arrive at a new station, we'll play a little animation. We're not actually going to show the boat coming up. Well, maybe we'll zoom in on the flag going up, and then when we zoom back out, the boat is there, and so is Captain Hoof. All right, so on scene E, we would add fast travel as a scene, but then we would create editable children, and now we can move the 3 elements around. The boat. That's noteworthy. The boat should start lower. Okay, and then the unlock station can go over here. Because this is going to be a weird one, because you're going to actually see this already. But you have to talk to the captain if you want to go anywhere. All right, so how does that look right now? Let's take a look. Ooh, it does not work well with... Do we have the camera blur going on in this scene? What's going on here? Depth of field? Are we depth of fielding here? Because that's the sort of thing I would see on a depth of field issue. What's that? Oh, makes sense. Yeah, we'll leave it in there, I guess, for now.
It's way better than our old printer.
Yeah, I guess so.
It turns out.
Go figure. Okay, that is weird. Why is it doing that? I don't think the camera looked like that before. But now it does. All the way down, but only where there is mesh. And then something really screwy's going on over here. Like, that reeks of depth of field gone wrong. Let's see here. Camera. Does it have any attributes going on? Show me camera 3D. It does have depth of field blur enabled. What's enabling it? Copy property path. Okay. Only a camera control zone would do that, unless the camera is already... Oh, I wonder if it's because I'm loading the scene here. That'd be weird, right? It shouldn't be on by default, I don't think. Leave and come back, and it's fine. Okay, it shouldn't be on by default, is really what it comes down to. I think. Okay, now everything should look fine. I've got special triggers in place so that depth of field turns on in certain spots. We got ads in 5 seconds, by the way. Just a heads up on that. There we go. That looks a lot nicer. And you can't get on the boat. Visible wall prevents it. Sorry, Germ Dove. He'll find a way. Flag is down. Oh, this has no collision yet. There we go. We need to put a little activation zone there. Similar to a dialogue zone. Could just put a dialogue zone there. But it's not really dialogue, is it? It's we need to do something similar to what we do with Frogtown. The signpost, how you can stand in front of it. Here we go. It's an interact zone. And that's based on the name of the parent. It's a okay, the interact zone is just a dialogue zone. And I just want to start conversation by actor code. Or I could just start conversation with a cue. Because conversations that are loaded up, we're going to have chapter 1 conversations in chapter 1, and chapter 2 conversations will be loaded in chapter 2. Is there an easy way that I can just say, always load whatever? Base conversations. Oh, it's just chapter 1 conversations. See, that's not good. It's not how we want to do it. I want to pull the proper text string from our file, but that's going to be different. Like the file it comes from will be different. I guess what we need to do is we need to have a raw text shared for recurring text. There we go. And then we can read that in. I need a better way of pulling this stuff in at some point. Fast travel, unlock prompt. Sign, similar to Frogtown. Yeah, like this. Something like that. And we'll say Captain Hoof's lightning cruise. Ferry. I don't know. Let's see. Captain Hoof's ferry service. Only. bits. Unlock this ferry station. And then you'll have a yes or no. Okay, yep. So that's what we're gonna do there. So it's a dialogue zone. And dialogue zone... it just has to be called interact zone. And it works, I guess. It's a special type of dialogue zone. So the fast travel unlock station needs that dialogue zone. Let me just set it right around here. This collision shape, we're gonna make that unique. And get that right around this zone here. Focus on being, yeah, on the ground is important here. And go a little bit behind it. Okay, so now, do we get the text I want? Oh, I love Carefree Melody. I don't actually. I never used it. There we go. We get a little exclamation mark. But then nothing happens when we push button. Also, I can't help but notice it looks like this flag is slightly see-through. Just ever so slightly see-through. Is that... What's up with that? Is this modulation weird? It's fully opaque. That's weird. Huh. Now if I look at it here, is it still the same? Oh, it's that rust texture apparently. Huh. There must be something on the sorting, like it's a different draw pass or something for some reason. Well, it's not even noticeable, so I do not mind getting rid of it. Yeah, some holes. Holes dupa? No, it looks like it's actually the rust texture is being drawn in front of the flag. Actually, if I'm interested in why, am I interested in why? Render priority is higher. I don't know why I did that. I'm sure I had a good reason at the time that made sense for that one specific instance I was using it, but made it not good to reuse. Alright, so this is not doing anything. It's saying, oh, no text line for dialogue. 99 fast travel unlock is not found. Is raw text shared getting pulled in? Text script handler. So we're in chapter 1. So we're using conversations here, which is the chapter 1 conversations code. So when I call get lines, Yeah. It's calling 99 fast travel unlock. Great. So that's calling this code here. We're looking in scripts. So we are reading in the file. All right. So our text script handler dot get lines. Okay, and text script handler is global. What is this? Okay, that's probably nothing important. I need a better way of dealing with this. Okay, notably, I said to read in file raw text shared .txt, and I think it did, didn't it? Oh, I wonder if it's because I didn't have an end of file. I didn't even think that was necessary, just to have a line at the end. It probably shouldn't be. It should. I think I'm kind of bouncing off of bad code. An even number of mistakes. There we go. And then we'll ask for a yes or no. I need to specify the price. The conversations thing too. This is... I don't want it to be the way it is. I feel like get conversation. So it's looking for an actor code. I'm tempted, but I'm not going to. I'm way behind my original aggressive schedule. 3 months per chapter is a ridiculous idea. What was I thinking? That means I'd be starting chapter 4 in 2 months. We're not even working on chapter 3 tonight. We're making a horse with a boat. See, this could still be done with its own special code. You know what? Dedicated code for this makes a lot of sense. Instead of using a dialogue zone in the traditional way. Interact zone. So that needs an activate function though. Each horse has its own ID. Now we're talking. I want it all to be one reusable scene, is really what it boils down to. I need more warmth for my hands. They're getting cold. It's been a cold week. Okay, the activate. No. What's that? What causes activate to be activated? Oh, base actor. Interactable objects. Right there. We append when we enter, we erase when we leave. So it's that. That is our interact zone. Okay, okay. So as long as we have an area 3D and we can basically slap this stuff into it, then we're in good shape. but we do need the little icon. Yeah, this little guy. Yeah, it's just gonna be easier. Unlock station. Okay, I can have this and this in here. Get rid of the fish icon. We don't need that. And then we need this to give us body entered, body exited. What? No, 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 no. Get that out of here. Body entered. This looks... no, that's not what I want. Do I need to make a new area 3D to get rid of this? It's being silly. It's being silly. Okay, what's our collision here? Looking for actor 2. Actors. Shouldn't I just look for player? I should just look for player. Body entered. And body exited. Okay, we can get rid of this one. And we're gonna steal this code. I need to close a lot of this real quick. Yeah, close. That. Okay. I know. A player and is in zone. I think that's all I really want here. I don't need speaker. There is no speaker. And then if I just have an activate function here, that will be called by the base actor class that the player uses. Okay. And what's that going to look like when we activate? Oh, and I do need this. If player. So I need sprite. Okay, good. There. Oh, that should be on the process function. All right, we good? We ready to actually put the code in? I think so. I think we don't need this anymore. I guess, yes, add this. That is important. And then here we go. This is the actual big thing right here. Start a conversation. Speaker is null. There is no speaker. Actor code. Normally, we load our conversation. We are not going to do that. It's going to be the same as returning from get conversation. And then we're going to call UI global start conversation. So our conversation queue is going to be what would be returned from get conversation, which comes in here. So it would be this stuff. Let's see here. Now for that, I do need this. This is an example. So let's just have that handy. A chapter 1 where you have a choice, where you have to pick yes or no. I don't think we've got really any of those, huh? Oh wait, here we go. Yeah, here's a sign. All right, so here's an example of a conversation queue. All right, so we're at the sign for paying money. We're going to get lines from our shared text. I know, right? Everyone loves it. Everyone loves how much art there is. Get our choices. Yes. No. Get rid of this. Okay. Are we good? I feel like we might be good. How are you doing, Dove? Not good. Doesn't work. There's no text for code. 99 fast travel unlock. None? Are we sure about that? 99 fast travel unlock is right here. It looks like it's there. Looks it is there. It's right there. I see it. Yeah, I do see it. 99. Oh, that's Dash. Do I still have the old? I do. I do still have the old one. So gotta get rid of that. Now we've got just the new one. I should really just be doing all the coding on this monitor and just leave the game up looking pretty over here. There we go. In fact, I'm gonna do that. Oh, no. Oh. I accidentally clicked the X while I was trying to resize the window. It was really smart of me. Project the text on top of the game. It's just crazy enough to work. It's loading. It's loading. That seems like way too much effort for tonight. Scanning files. Scanning. It's scanning the files. The files have been scanned. Loading. Yay, here we are. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this over here. Everybody likes it when it's over here. There we go. See, now we got a nice view of the game that people can really... This life preserver is way more buoyant than I thought. Well, let's fix that boat. Try again. Just every once in a while, you know, you just catch something out of the corner of your eye. Like, that's not right. That's obviously not right. There we go. Much better. Much better life preserver. All right. Now, let's see about this unlock station code. So you can say yes or no. I need to specify the amount it costs. Unlock cost. I'm gonna set it to 10. Maybe it will increment as the game goes on. I don't know. Get lines. Chapter 2 conversations had a little bit of a different code for for setting up text. The replaces. We could make that into a thing. No, that'd be utility. Let's put that in our utility class. String replace. Original string and replaces. Returns a string. Takes in a string. Replaces is an array of string. Let's see here. String equals string replace return string. Okay, utility dot string replace. All right, so in our little conversation here, we're gonna call utility.string replace. We're gonna get our base text here. We're gonna replace base text with the string version of the unlock cost. Looks good, looks good. Oh. Go equals. Okay. Fail. It doesn't exist. Oh, goodness. Hello. Who? Ah. Singularity. Welcome in. How we doing tonight? Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Argument 1 from array to string. Oh, right. That needs to be that. And then show dialogue needs to be an array as well. Okay, we're good. Chill little stream today. I love a chill little stream. All right, we're reloading. All right, let's see. Yeah, see, there we go. Now it does the text replace properly. And we can just pass in an array of replacement strings, and it does some regex magic, and we're not going to worry about how it works under the hood. Headphones. Okay, boom. It does nothing. Regex magic, uh-oh. We have a small little problem here. Sprite.visible. Ah, here we go. Is in player area. Add that to our process functionality. There we go. It appears and it's gone when you leave. Okay, good. That's more like it. I don't know if I want that to spin. I mean, it's fine for now, but let's keep that in mind. Maybe for later. All right. Excellent. So there's the start of this. If you say no, nothing happens. If you say yes, a lot of things happen. All right, we need a ready function. We're gonna manage the state of this automatically. I don't want to have to pass in state flags. We're gonna generate these. Are we though? Are we though? I need at least an ID to make sure that I know where they are. Like I could just call this one. It doesn't have to be. All right, let's start with this. There's never gonna be more than one fast travel zone on a single scene. So let's just use the scene ID, the scene key, in this case 01/E. This is room E in chapter 1. So let's just say that the state flag that we're interested in is based on that. So we're gonna set our state flag equal to scene manager current room key. Done. Easy. Wait, current room key plus hyphen fast travel. No, let's reverse that. Let's reverse that. Let's do fast travel hyphen. And then the current room key. And that'll make it easier for debugging. If I'm looking through a save file or something, I can see the keys that are all related to fast travel more easily. Okay, when we enter the room, I'm just gonna add a to-do line. I know you guys can't see the code. I just don't think the code is as interesting to look at compared to this beautiful scene. Actually, with the fan art scrolling by, you can't even see Captain Hoof anymore. So I gotta get him on screen. There we go. There we go. See, this is what people want to see when they're scrolling through Twitch, and they're like, I want to see what games people are making. They don't want to see this. This is not interesting. Honestly, it'd be nice. Do a dual stream. Stream to Twitch twice at once, and people could just have both tabs open. I've considered it, The problem with Windows sources is I'm constantly switching tools some nights. You know? Like, you got the actual game window, and then sometimes like, oh, well, now I need to go back to Godot and work on, scene editing or coding. And then sometimes I need to get up Blender and Krita and whatever other terrible things that Beatbox for mocking up songs. Yeah, part of me is like, oh, we'll just overlay Godot on top of Godot. That seems like a bad idea too. It's really handy to have like, okay, this is the monitor that will be shared. And then if I want to share something, I just drag it over. It's like, all right, I want to see, we want to see me drawing this little shape. Cool. But yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor even there. What we need is what happens when you say yes. We need to deduct money. That's a good idea. I've got... Well, I feel like the target audience of my game needs zero explanation, because as soon as they see what type of animation it is when characters are turning around and the vague style of the HUD, they will know exactly what kind of game it is, and it's the kind of game they want to play. It's the great filter, Charlie Brown. It's a rule that small damage number RPGs have to use papercraft aesthetics for characters with nice big chunky outlines that I really like. Constantly playing. There we go. I'm just gonna have the trailer on loop covering up. Well, so here's another problem. You got your code here, and then it's like, okay, well now, I've got to have a video that fits this format of an L shape to get it to work, or have an awkward. But no. Here's the cure to that. Rotate the sources 90 degrees so that you can fit two vaguely rectangular videos side by side. Everyone just rotate your monitor now. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Thank you. Please rotate your monitor now. Put on your 3D glasses. It's about to get real. Wait, I've got an idea. I'm gonna call this scene dumb. Great. Okay, perfect. And now I can just pull in, well, let's see here. What is this one called? Main desktop left. They're working on it. They're working on it. There we go. All right, this is gonna be, everyone loves it. Everybody needs it. It's time for funny stuff. All right. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Okay, here's a good start, right? Yeah, this is good. But now we got this black space here, so we need to fill that with something. So we'll just kind of squeeze that in here. Oh, but now you see the problem. But I think I've got an unstoppable solution here. Yep. But what to do with this space here? Ah, I know. No, I got it. I know what to put here. That. Oh, but... Okay, we have a problem, guys. We've left a little bit of real estate on the table. I think I know what to put there, though. Hear me out. Yeah, oh! You're right. I should put in something dumb as well. As well. Oh, I can't fit this now. So it's gonna have to go this way. At some point, OBS is gonna start to complain about this. But it hasn't happened yet. Oh, hang on, I'll change it. I was thinking that, if only we used golden ratio, we wouldn't have this terrible problem here. All right, just slide that. Oop, accidentally. Uh-oh. Paste. Yep, and then we'll just scoot that over here. Perfect. All right, I think we pulled it off somehow. I think we got it. This is the maximum. Oh no. I should be really quiet then. Okay, there we go. Is that better? It's gotten louder and louder with every iteration. How we sounding now? I'm not. There's no way to fix that. Unfortunately. Oh, well, like, even if I unplug my mic... Okay, how are we now? Is it super loud? Alright, that was just what the people wanted. I was just giving the people what they wanted. That was it. Like, it's got some quirks, but I think that's it right there. Okay. Show dialogue. Show dialogue. How do I deduct? No, how do I? Choices. Let's look up it in our code here and determine when there are choices. When life gives you choices, how can I set them as disabled? How can I set choices as disabled? Update choices text. Choice has a flag called enabled. These are not the kind of things I can Google or look on Godot forums, because this is all stuff I've made myself, and as a result, I'm stuck with it. Okay, so all we do is add in enabled equals unlock cost is less than or equal to game manager dot stats dot money. There we go. So now the idea is if we have 8 money and we go here, then we can't say yes. That's it. That's easy. That one was easy. Okay, the next piece of it is what happens if you say yes. Things get silly. We need an animation for raising the flag. It'd be nice if we played a little flag unfurling noise. What else? What else do we want? Then we need to zoom in on the flag. And then when we zoom out, the boat is there. Right? That's the gag. Is that he just appears while you're looking at the flag. Okay, so that means we need to do a camera zoom. That's easy enough. Unlock station. Zoom in a lot. Zoom in a lot on the flag. Where's our unlock scene? Photon, hello! Welcome in. Lake Copper. How was the stream? It was good, I hope. Folded flag needs to be raised and focused on. Focus on the flag. You know what? Yeah, I have the occasional Yap stream. It's mostly because of chat, unfortunately. Oh, we have an error. Oh, because player is not really existing right now. There we go. Try again. We did some really dumb stuff. because chat is a bad influence. I'm going to temporarily turn off the audio. Just because it's the only way this scene is viable. So let me just turn off my mic for just a moment. Okay, so that is the problem we were presented was you want Twitch to be able to look at the game because, well, let's be brutally honest, because looking at the game is what brings people in to click on the thumbnail and be like, oh, that's an interesting looking project. Hey, Mr. Luau, welcome in. You were the problem, nerd. You were the problem. So it's like you want people to see the game at all times, or as much as possible, so that when people are just kind of scrolling by like, oh, I wonder what interesting things are going on in the game dev world today, they'll see this, and they'll be like, I gotta get me some of that. But yeah, every time I'm looking for someone new to raid, I'm scrolling through the game dev category, and I'm like, how am I supposed to make any decision? based on how your code looks in a tiny thumbnail. But you see this and you're like, okay, I gotta check it out. That's pretty cool. I don't know exactly what I'm looking at here. And so the question was like, oh, well, what if you have your code in one bit and then show also the game, and then it's like, oh, well, it gets tricky. It gets tricky. Locking thumbnail would be pretty, as the kids say, poggers. Why is cat in the it's not just cat. There's all kinds of art of the characters in this game, but most of the art is of cat because, I don't know, furries. It's mostly cat. It's like 90% cat. Yeah, exactly. And then you see the occasional ones that, like, I do not talk. This channel, they do not ever talk. They're just coding, and you're just supposed to listen to the sounds of coding, and that's it. Or the streams that are completely AI driven only. Like, there is no person running the stream. It's completely hands off. It's like, that's not why I'm on Twitch. That's not why I'm here. Oh man, I've done some APIs in my time. It's not pretty. Exactly. I'm gonna soapbox about design decisions made by Nintendo related to their treatment of the Paper Mario franchise. I'm gonna be really angry about it the whole time. And you're all just gonna have to deal with that. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see if this works. Da 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 da. Oh, see, that's too low of a camera target. So much in Sticker Star. Was Sticker Star the beginning of the end? Now here's an interesting point. Some might argue that the Superstar Saga, a completely separate series. Why do we have two RPG series, both centered on Mario, that are so distinctly different? Some would argue that the Superstar Saga was the beginning of the end for Paper Mario, because of the introduction of the bro moves that were triggered by using consumable items to use the move. Because that's where it all started going downhill with Sticker Star and Color Splash. Origami King kept doing it too, where Mario is 3D and walks in a 3D world. They did, and it was great. It was Mario RPG. And then it was so good they made it twice. Like that fit. Yeah, that's the Biggle. The most common enemy in the game is the Piggle. And then there's this massive one blocking the road, and you don't ever learn anywhere in the game, but he's the Biggle. This gag is not gonna work, is it? Okay, so my goal was... I love it, It's good. Look at this kid. He wiggles and jiggles. He's a big old pickle. It's very wiggly. That's a fun little animation. He ate all the carrots. He ate 4 carrots and now he's huge. No, it's fine. He likes it. He loves it, actually. All right. So my goal is I want to be able to plop these fast travel zones into any scene I want to without much setup. Ideally, I just want to place them, and that's that. So... And the problem is that he's just gonna appear. I don't want him to just appear. I want to do a fade out, like a fade to black, fade in. The Wild West scene be so green. The Wild West scene is not green at all. Let's see here. Do we even have? Here we go. Yeah, it's nice and dusty and brown. Yeehaw. Look at this delightful little place. Look at these dynamic camera angles that really make this little town feel really big. Like, this town feels a lot bigger. I want the boat to come somewhere near here, yes. Such depth of field, it's really good. It's controlled by, I've got these little camera zones that trigger changes to the camera, like camera angle, camera offset. And one of the things that they can do is turn on and off depth of field, which is turned on for this scene. He gets a hat. That's a good idea. It's a good idea. We do a little 180. We're not gonna address that. It's fun. It's a joke. Yeah. I've been working on the bank. This camera angle is gonna need some work. It's not quite there yet. But you can, oh, what's this mysterious key here? Ooh. Yeah, that camera angle's way too close right now. There'll be like a barrel you can stand on here, and you can kind of through the window. Anyway, this is Gator Gulch. That's the official name. I want to have a nice, yeah, I think when you first arrive here, I want to do a nice little camera pan up as you enter and then pan back to normal. Just to kind of give you the sense of, ooh, scale. Give me, there we go, here's the soundtrack. Actually, is this the soundtrack for the actual town? No, this is just the desert theme. I don't remember what the soundtrack for the... Not this fun little fellow. Who wants to see his talking animation? Let's get a good gator here. Absolutely not. Okay, I need to figure out fast travel. How do I get the boat? All right, so when you first get to a fast travel station, the boat is not there, and the horse is not there. Now, when you hang on, I don't have my, thank you for the follow. All follows are anonymous. I didn't have my activity feed up. So the problem we're trying to address here is that when you unlock the fast travel, I want for the boat and the horse to appear without having to animate the horse, I don't know, popping out of the boat or something to his position. I mean, I guess we could with like a really, really silly quadratic lerp to fake a jump. Maybe it's doable. Maybe it's doable. Like they have one big shoe. That's even better, honestly. Okay, maybe we make it so that no matter where... Okay, so the boat... We could make it so the boat actually drives up. All we have to do is define a starting position for the boat for it to offset from. Or I just assume that it's always like 10 meters out of view. I don't love it, but it works. Let's do it. Let's do it. I have like less than 15 minutes before we need to end stream. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, good. GQ is on. So we've got a viable a viable raid target for later. I know, right? Okay, so I'm specifically aiming for more, you know, not exactly Thousand Year Door, not exactly 64, but I'm definitely leaning on the Thousand Year Door side. Doing a sonic spin and falling on his feet. He has to do the sonic spin noise and everything. In more 64 and vibe, it is a little, at least for now, there's going to be some areas, specifically chapter 5, I feel like, that are going to feel very much beyond what 64 did. Chapter 4 is going to feel very much like 64, though. Oh no, here come the ads. I'm sorry. Ah! No! There we go. Ads. Yeah. Robot is the protagonist. I'm typing everything I say because advertisements. And so I don't know who can hear and who cannot. Because Twitch just decides randomly, you know what? You don't actually get ads this time. Okay, just gotta wait out the ads. But okay, here we go then. State flag. Ugh. Is active. Get state flag. Greater than 0. And then we have to do a bunch of stuff related to the unlock station. Well, see, this is dumb, isn't it? Unlock station is here. Blah. Bat Pig is the protagonist. It's true. He's the hero. He's gonna make a comeback later in the game. I don't know if you're gonna fight him or what. I don't think so. He doesn't seem particularly mobile. He'll have his place. I don't like that this code is buried. No, I mean, maybe that's for the best. What are you gonna get? A hat? You can't even wear it. Man, I played TF2 for so long. I was thinking of having hats at some point. I won't lie. I'm not really gonna have to worry about it until chapter 6. That'll make more sense once we get to chapter 6. But wearable hats are not out of the question. Okay. Moving the boat is not gonna be easy. Man, TF2 went without loot boxes for so long. Remember when Minecraft did an April Fool's update specifically to make fun of Valve adding the unlockable crates to TF2? Because I remember that. I was there. Okay. I feel like fast travel needs its own script that we call from the unlock station script. I am very old. It's true. I'm ancient. I grew up with the NES as my first console. I got the brick Game Boy for my birthday. Oh yeah, let me get over there. Hang on, I need to restart it because I crashed it. Let's get a nice big view of the Biggle here before we end straight. Get me out of here. '64 was great. Everything was weird and no one knew what they were doing, and so every game was just its own weird thing. Game Boy? Okay, yeah. It's like generous. That's gotta be Game Boy. Oh, he's a big one, all right. Okay. I know how I want to make this change. And that is that I want to have a activate unlock here. Is there a get did I make a get ancestor by name or anything? Is there such a... I mean, I guess I can just dot my way up if I need to. I hate that, but it's doable. Okay, so we've got fast travel has the boat. Muddy path. Boom. These are a special type of Piggle. They're inspired by the ghosts in the sunken ship level of Super Mario World that appear and disappear. And they have a very unique attack. Big Piggle. Big Piggle. Alright, Captain. You got some... Okay, fast travel unlock station... ... Okay, so I think we can get away with that. Fast travel route is just this. And then boat is a node 3D. And that's fast travel route dot boat. Okay, cool. That's probably fine. If not is active, boat dot position equals. I gotta base this on the. How do you? You know what? We tried to see about getting the Steam community artwork page figured out. And the hilarious little gimmick there is that you can't share artwork unless you own the game. But no one can own this game yet because it's not released. And I feel like that's a problem with Steam. You can own the demo, but you can't own the game. Tricky stuff. In that case, you're going to have to pay full retail price for the game to be allowed to post fan art. Okay, I get it. I get it now. I want to go vector3.right. Vector3.right. There's got to be a better way to do this. I'm sure there is. I'm 100% sure there's a way to get the vector of a node's facing or something. But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to say vector3.up, and then the angle is going to be boat.rotation.y. And I'm going to hope that works. And we're going to say move it 5 units for now. Let's test that before we get out of here. I just want to make sure that when the boat is not unlocked... Uh-oh. Invalid access to property rotation. Ah! The boat doesn't exist yet. That's true, the boat doesn't exist yet. Wait, yes it does. Wait, how do nodes load? Okay, well, let's do a delayed initialization. How about that? We'll do a delayed initialization. Call deferred, right? Call deferred. The Dobbs cord. Yeah, you could post it on the Dobbs cord. I loaded the wrong stupid scene. Loading, loading, loading. Paper robot loaded. Where did the boat go? Oh, yay! Yippee! It went 5 meters to the side. Okay, good. That's what we wanted. Okay, I mean, we're going to want it to go further. I'm going to say 10, just to ensure that it's off screen. If we need to later, we'll make a change where it's, you know, like we can specify a path for it to follow even. Okay, to do. The animation that's gonna play when you launch this, when you say yes, I want to unlock this thing. We're going to, in order, we're going to raise the flag, change flag animation to unfurled. Boat visibility, boat position tween, captain pops out, and then set the flag, I think, and then we're done. We don't even need to make him say anything. At that point, we're good. That's a lot. It's a lot for it to do, but that's what we need. That's what we need to happen. Hey, Mr. Mike. All right, we're getting out of here. I am not going to raid new people tonight because I need to go to bed. So we're gonna raid old people. Oh, lizards. I love lizards. I love lizards. I might actually work on this. I should work on this off stream tomorrow so that for the next stream, we can actually get back to some Chapter 3 stuff. I feel like I'm barely past the halfway point on Chapter 3. We spent so much time on that mid-boss. Like, close to 2 weeks on that. It was ridiculous. Yeah, alright. We're gonna raid into GQ, who's still trying to get through Skies of Arcadia. He does have working TTS. Slim is a cool boss. I'm really looking forward to people's reaction to him. I think he does a lot of interesting things, and I would love to go back and make other bosses have as many moves as Slim does, because it's such a good fight. All right, thank you all for hanging out. Had a lot of fun. I'll hopefully see you next time. Schedule is Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and if you're new and don't know, then I'll tell you now, this game is probably about 2 years away from being available, so be patient.